Hello again, Glitch Reaper here. And as before with our Titan faction est- uh, spotlights here, I guess you could say, with our Mod Arthur Hangout, I also have
Mhm.
Instrument of Doom here.
Of course.
And the upcoming Titan is very, very powerful. He alluded to it before, and how powerful is it? Well, let's just put it this way. Anybody remember how Vesuvius buried Pompeii? Or for the whole hullabaloo about Mount St. Helens. Either way, this particular Titan has fires more intense than a volcano. You will wind up as ash several times, might I add, because here in Minecraft you can die more than once. So think about that. You will die more than once being turned to ash by something with more powerful than something that itself is rated like a nuclear weapon in nature. That's right.
A
We have some serious.
volcano itself is ridiculously powerful in terms of what it outputs.
Yeah, and we're gonna fight a Titan that outputs as much heat as a volcano. So, yeah.
Probably,
It's
probably
time for the
more.
Blaze Titan. The Blaze Titan. Oh gosh,
Like,
if you thought regular
like
blazes
you
were
couldn't
annoying.
think of that. Like you couldn't see that one from a mile away when we were talking about fire and heat and burning stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's an
The
elemental and it's
Blaze
like
Titan
a.
is all about it. His his entire worshiping group is all about burning stuff, seeing the world burn.
Oh yeah, this is about everything going to ash, smoke, vapor.
It will
They
all
will.
end in
They will roast
it will
everything with.
all end in fire.
They will roast everything with extreme heat. So, some of these titans are warring over how they want to end the world. I mean, the zombies obviously wanted a zombie apocalypse. Well, now we're dealing with the blazes, and they just want to burn everything. In fact, just to remind everybody, here's
Really,
a
for
normal
the
blaze.
Titans, though, and a thing to note, by the way, about the Titans is that ending the world is considered to them to be a bit of a pastime because
Oh yeah,
it's well,
it's their
it's something
hobby.
that they do. It's something they do for enjoyment. It's like how oh, I don't know, say a group of people just come together to do some kind of hanging out thing. Well, the Titans do that, only it's ending the world and burning stuff or causing zombie apocalypses.
Yeah, exactly. And here we have the regular blaze, and more than a few people have already met their end disease. I mean, they're toasty. They have these rotating rods. And remember, with Titan scaling, all these measurements will be times 16. So imagine this a lot bigger.
With a few notable exceptions, of course, with a few of the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Those Titans, however, will be coming afterwards, but this
Yeah.
guy has to be discussed. But we have to discuss this guy first.
Yeah, the types of Titans he's talking about, remember how these are average Titans? Well, when we get to greater
This
Titans, they
guy
get a
is
size
one of,
bonus.
and this guy is one of the strongest of the average Titans. There is no average Titan that is of greater strength than this guy. He is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, so this will be the last average Titan we fight out of that regular category. Now, there are a couple of specialty
But it'll be
Titans.
the strongest.
Yeah, this is the
Trust
strongest
me, the
one.
mind creator.
Yeah, this is the, as
Trust
he
me
was
when I
saying,
say
this is
this.
the strongest average Titan there is. So, yeah.
And he could probably whoop the butts of the Avengers. He's that strong, like easily. They would stand no chance. The Earth would be lost.
Yeah, you could even get,
We
like,
would burn it in
Thor and...
fire and ash.
You even have Thor and Iron Man going, "Oh, we're just going now." But anyhow, that was a regular
Yeah.
Blaze, and as we discussed, the Blaze Titan upcoming. So, but as
And now,
before,
by the way, a thing to note about the normal blaze is that the normal blaze at 1.7.10, just like the spider and the ender, and just like the spider and the enderman and the zombie pigman, the blaze is dumb. It's honestly it's stupid. It has very dumb AI because it has no AI. Literally, it has its AI disabled.
yeah, they've been known to do the typical stuff like hover around, power up, throw fireballs at you. Now remember, normally as we say with
And
the higher ranks, Templars, they go between melee and range. Well, even in vanilla, a Blaze has been known to actually have both a melee and a ranged attack. Although, with the right equipment and power-ups, you can make them basically harmless to you. Which is kind of an interesting
not
thing.
these blazes.
Oh
Not
yeah,
these
not the
blazes.
ones we're about to show you. Just these blazes, the normal blazes. Uh,
Normal blazes, all you or no, with the normal blazes, what you need is a fire resistance potion, and then you're completely resistant to every last one of their fireballs.
Yeah, but then to get resistance to their melee attacks, you weaken them rather than strengthen you. Although, I suppose if you had resistance or something like that, you could also make yourself basically immune. But either way, they can actually be made harmless. So this walking blaze here, they can be made harmless in vanilla. But these, on the other hand, you cannot. So, as we've said before, sometimes you
They're
get...
really doable.
Yes, sometimes you get mobs that follow the cult of a particular titan that resembles themselves, and for that matter shares their goals. So then they become members of this cult and worship the titan and get layers upon layers of extra power as they go up in ranks. So the
Yeah,
first
so
of
the
these,
first one of course is the Loyalist.
which is one of these guys. Remember how Loyalists always look exactly like the normal ones, so you'll have to see the name if you've got damage indicators or something similar?
But these
Because they
guys
look
are
just the
slightly
same.
more powerful. They have slightly more health just from worship, just from being the lowest ranking members. These guys are basically new recruits of
Yeah.
the following.
They just came
But
in. That's why they look the same.
just by being that, just by being a follower of the Blaze Titan, these guys got a health boost.
Yeah, notice he has 26 points where the regular one has 20. So these are the new recruits. They're just in, and they've just started worshiping the Titan of their type, and they've already got a little boost just for their loyalty. Hence the Loyalist. They fight pretty much as normal, although have you added any drops to the Loyalists of Blazes? Because I know you've sometimes done that with the others.
I think I added their console edition drops. If you know what I'm talking about, in console edition, Blazes drop glowstone dust as well. I believe these guys do it. I believe, and there's also a 1 in 5 chance that they will drop fire, like the block fire.
Okay,
Which
now
means that
I've got
there's
to
a way of
kill one
obtaining
just to
Gmail.
make sure.
And
Well, I saw
it's a 1 in
glowstone
5
dust fly
chance.
by.
It's like a spider eye. It's like a spider eye where it's a single drop.
Okay. So that was the Loyalist, and I did see the glowstone fly by into my bag. Remember, I have got this thing set to scoop stuff up so that we don't have as many
Just keep on
items
spawning Loyalists. Remember when you hit them, they do attack in creative mode if you hit one.
Okay, so I'll make a few extra here. Ding. Okay, and let's see how fast I can whack them with the Absent Sword and gain various loot, because I know that they are. Okay, I've seen. Okay, I saw fire. There it is. It happens. I saw the fire. Okay. Let me see. I think it all got scooped into my bag, so let me give that a quick check. Okay, I got 4 fire from that, actually. Nice. Don't mind the Godzilla stuff. I had to clear out some Godzillas that you probably didn't actually see because I cut that footage out. They were roaring
Don't
so
mind the
loudly I
Godzillas.
couldn't do squat. So
Don't mind
if
the
you see these
Godzillas.
Godzilla
They're
skulls,
just there.
there's a reason. But yeah, I did collect the fire, and there
A lot of Godzillas are gonna die in the process of these next few videos.
That
Because
reminds me.
Momzilla can't use anymore.
Yeah.
Momzilla is gaining a rest.
Which update do you think you're gonna do that will have the efficiency update?
Efficiency?
You know, getting all the entities kind of done where they're by subtype rather than each individually. You know, make it more efficient so that you can have other big mods with it.
0.5 props.
Okay, so upcoming, but sort of soon. Now, the Loyalists are their initial rank, but as you'd say,
There is a rank above them, and that is priest. Blaze priests burn more things than the Loyalists do. They showed their burniness and how much they actually burn stuff, and that sounded terrible, didn't it?
burniness did kind of just sound wrong. Show their combustible nature, burning everything. Okay, that's a little more dramatic and seems about right.
Impressing their superiors, of course. That's a piece of criteria you need to do is impress your superiors.
Oh yeah,
to get a rank, to get a raise in the rank.
Yeah, they have to be the blazes that know how to kiss up. So therefore,
burn stuff.
Here is the priest. Now this is an interesting choice that you've made with how to dress them up in their robes. The rods have little robes on them, like almost like bands of some sort, and of course
Those are bands.
Yeah, and they have a hoodie, and this is because blazes don't exactly have a main body the regular sense a good portion of the time.
They're just a head and rods.
Yeah, they're pure heat, so in their middle, so everything else just rotates around their core, including the rods. So you've got the rods actually dressed up in their own special bands. and they got a hoodie.
Rod bandanas. Somebody make that into an actual fashion. Rod bandanas.
Well, elementals are a very different kind of life than normal. I mean, scientists have actually run models to say it's actually possible. The thing is, you can have patterns of matter and energy that are basically self-aware, and not only that, but their self-awareness is the only thing holding them together. So if they dissipate, if you cause enough damage to them, they just disappear. They go poof, because mind, body, and soul form as one single unit, all cohesive with matter and energy. So they either keep on going forever, or they're gone forever. For them, it's all or nothing, which is probably why they have the burning zeal of adding more fuel to their fires in this faction. Wow, that sounded cool.
So priests, of course, have the ability to heal allies.
Now, do priests have an additional drop this time too?
All priests have the additional drop of an experience bottle,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which the number is affected by looting. So you get more if you use looting sword.
Oh yeah, that's always a classic. So if you're
And
going after priests, you can get
this-
some more experience, and they will heal their allies, so you totally deserve that extra experience because they'll keep on going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And I just saw the event of Cinderfall, but I'm pretty sure I've got mobs spawning off, so they won't show up.
Of course.
Okay.
The one time that the cinders get to shine and their mob spawning is disabled.
Oh, I've had events like that happen to me before, and let me tell you, they did have their time to shine. I got plenty of good stuff from whacking them. On the other hand, that also meant that I usually had close to a forest fire. So yeah. Now the priests are pretty good rank. Just getting up. That means that they finally got some spiffy clothing on an elemental, which is pretty rare. Because normally they don't care about that. But hey, they're a religious organization. They're a bit different than your usual elementals. But priest isn't the end of the line. So up next we have Zealots.
Of course not. Of course not. If you've been watching this long enough, you'll know for certain that priest is not the final rank. In fact, it's far from it. It's only the second rank. A rank above it is the Zealot.
And they are super versions of whatever mob they are. And they always
They are
have the
capable
cyan robes.
They are capable of completing super insert mob name feats.
So the Blaze Zealot is faster, flies better, is, let me see, do they have more fiery powers?
He tends to melee a lot more, rather than using fireballs.
Okay, so
His
they'll
rods
slam their enemy.
spin a lot. He's like a melee attack, like a barbarian.
Well, they do have these spinning rods they could use as flying chainless nunchucks. Ever thought of it kind of like that?
Never did,
Well,
but now you could, because
yeah.
you've just had it. Because you just had your mind blown.
Yes. Oh, wow. Even without him being aggroed on anything, he's definitely moving faster. You could tell how quickly he just zoomed right by me.
So this guy is ridiculous. This guy is tough, like really tough. He's a blade. He's not just any average blaze or even a priest. This guy moves fast. He has really high armor, diamond armor levels of it, I believe. So he can take lots of punishment.
And he has
Or,
150
I think-
HP, so that's going to take a while with diamond level
And,
armor rating and that much health.
And also, he can dodge stuff.
Oh, yeah. If I were to punch him, he'd be dodging, because now, remember, all zealots, regardless of which type they are, will dodge you if you try striking them. This should also get them to get a little upset. He's dodging around, and I'm trying to punch him, but he's too quick for a regular fist. Because he sees me starting up. Now, if I start spam clicking with this sword, I should be able to hit him after a while. No, I said after a while. Because even with a good sword, there, I caught him in midair. You usually can't catch him on the ground. You have to hit them in mid-jump some way, or it doesn't work. I did get... That reminds me, can I use an Absence Hoe now while they're still landed? Because I might need some stats for later. Yep, that's working. But even this, the Zealots will probably dodge, so whenever you're powering yourself up, which is the new thing to do, remember that you if they're in the air, it doesn't count. so trying to swat a Zealot out of the air means you'll probably never power up right. So, yeah. Now, next up, we know for sure that although Zealot's a very coveted rank because of their supercharged nature and everything,
there is a rank above them that is even more coveted, but it is very hard to obtain. But every now and again, there is one blaze who burns down the most land, who makes the most charred remains, who cooks the most meat, who burns stuff, a lot of it, he impresses even his Titan in his ferocity.
Cooks the most meat. Could you imagine all those cows that have been turned into steak by one of these?
The Titan, that being said, the Titan himself comes down, surprised by his ruthlessness, and grants him a portion of his power, making him into a Templar.
And remember how they always get red robes and have something
red robes and glowing eyes. Yes.
Well,
so and also the Blaze Titan, the Blaze Templar is a spammer. Just punch him, get him to attack anything. He's a spammer.
And as before, as I showed with the new features, he's deploying some Loyalist right about now. So as he's walking around, he's creating his own army because he's currently masterless. But that may change pretty soon. And no deal.
His master's somewhere there, but at the moment he does his deeds through his wisp-like voice.
Are you handing a bag of chips?
Yes, I'm closing a bag of chips because I don't need it anymore.
Okay. I was gonna say that sounds like a bag of chips, but yeah, I guess you could say his symbol is emblazoned on him.
Yeah, puns intended.
Oh yeah, definitely. I need to get rid of some of these guys because the blazes are in my face.
Take it now. Like I said, show them his spamminess. He is a spammer, a really big spammer.
Oh, I just had so many blazes that came up. Sorry, I may have hit him in the process, but obviously, boing.
What's the blade?
Now I'm gonna punch him. Wow, with that extra strength from him, I had a pretty good melee attack there. It did like 25 damage to him, but I absorbed several blazes and stuff. Wow, this guy's fast. And these are not just regular blaze fireballs. These are explosive because this is Templar level power. So he goes around in his red robes.
He shoots both the small and large ones. So both gas
so he even
and
alternates when it comes to his fireballs.
As well as a generic critical arrow and damage potion.
Yeah.
He also lights you on fire just by looking at you, because he's that fiery.
Well, I'm in creative right now, so I'm not burning, but I can certainly see if I was in survival right now, I would get just blasted. And this guy has faster than Danmaku level shots right about now. I mean, he is super spammy. It's like I'm being machine gunned with fireballs.
Still not as bad as the Skeleton Titan. That guy likes you a lot.
Yeah, he has the most amount of arrows that I've seen in quite some time. Although I'm still debating whether or not that Crazy Kavinic Skeleton could match. I need to show you that
Crazy Kavinic Skeleton would die.
Oh yeah, he'd still die, because he only has 10,000 HP in his humanoid size.
Only 10,000 HP. We're saying those words now, in this age and era. Only 10,000 HP.
Yeah, this is a thing in Minecraft now. Oh, it only has 10,000 HP. And of course, since this guy can fly, I'm not going to be able to swipe his power with this very easily. Although, it's getting hard just to see where he is. I think I can hit him. Where are you there? Did I get him? I think I got him. Oh goodness. I have, wow. You should really see how much HP I've had after hitting things away with this Absence Hoe, including the Templar.
Absence Hoe will be very useful in Titan fights.
Oh, one thing we forgot to mention earlier about the Absence Hoe that is very important. Whenever you're taking a creature's health and attack power, it only lasts until you die. So it's not really forever. It is only until you die, and then everything resets.
But it is still very useful. Just take your Absence Hoe and go murder mobs in the landscape with it. While they're not giant, and while they're standing on the ground.
Okay, and
also if they aren't a golem. And also if they aren't a golem or a player. So a player can't build up their health, and they can just heal their health.
Okay, now
and then
all
just do
this
it back and forth.
Was in preparation for something. Now, it's been a while since I've used one of these, so I'm feeling using the Magnificent Spawn Egg. Just look at the modeling on this thing. I mean, even more so than some other spawn eggs. Look at this. You can actually see the rods floating near the spawn egg and the
Unlike some
flamage on the
spawn eggs,
sides.
this one is 3D.
Oh yeah, this is a complete 3D rendered spawn egg. This thing is cool.
Yeah.
Well, rather, it's hot.
And
It's totally
you want to
hot.
know what gave me the idea to do this?
Okay.
Making a 3D spawn egg.
Yeah.
You know what gave me the idea?
Yeah, I'm curious.
A
What
friend
gave
of-
you the idea?
A friend of mine was making 3D items such as the dark opal mace and the light opal sword. Got me to want to try and do something equally awesome, and that's when I created a unanimous generic 3D spawn egg. Cause that model is, believe it or not, you want to know this? That model is used by all the spawn eggs. It's
Yeah.
used by all of them.
For a while, I
They
thought
have
you guys said it was
invisible-
based on a dragon egg.
The model is used by all of them, and they have little parts that for some of them are invisible, but the texture file is so expansive for the specific thing. For the specific fact that it uses a single model, but
Okay.
lots and lots of different textures.
Okay. Now, I'm going to spawn in the Titan, and again, the reason why I'm at the top of the Nether is the fallen
So
Titans are
believe
so
it or not,
huge.
the
This is the
rods
only
are
place to do
actually
it.
still there. So believe it or not, the rods are actually still there. On the other spawn eggs, they're just invisible.
Okay, so like some of the other part extensions, like I know there's one coming up that has extensions off of it that I can see are kind of going off a normally invisible part of the model, but we'll get to that one. I don't know. Would that be? No, it'd be after the next one, wouldn't it? The new Titan. Because the next one's going to be the Wither Skeleton Titan, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the one that has the model we're alluding to is going to be after that. So yeah, just saying. But now I believe it's showtime. So I will spawn in the Blaze Titan with still somewhat work in progress bar. That's something that we'll get to later, because he'll have a progress. His health bar is still going to need a bit of a custom remodeling. He's still working on that. But yeah, now for some stats about the Blaze Titan. For one thing, you can easily see right now he has 30,000 HP. And he's deploying his various Loyalists by using the classic...
This guy is a very big thing.
Yeah. And you can see that he's kind of emitting them from his core, which is kind of how elementals reproduce, is they kind of bud off and just kind of divide. Although in his case, he's using his energy as a summoning gate to pull an endless stream of Loyalists from wherever they are in the multiverse and just shoving them here. So he's not exactly reproducing so much as spamming himself as a living gateway.
As has been stated in the form itself, if you look there, it says that he forges them from his own body.
Yes.
Because he's a Titan, he has that power. He's capable of just making things from nothing.
So
Well, he's technically not making things from nothing. He's making these blazes out of the Nether itself. He's drawing matter from the Nether to make these blazes.
So he is forging them from the fires of the Nether itself, and
fires
just
of
pulling
hell.
them out of the Nether's air. I'm going to clear
So
minions
this guy
before I
is
engage.
this guy is the strongest. Is one of the strongest average Titans. He's got 30,000 health, and he poops a lot of fireballs all over you.
Yeah. Oh wait, that reminds me. After I clear minions here, should I throw in a little target practice in the form of the reinforced iron golems, or should I go right to something considerably bigger, like?
Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something both considerably bigger and also the golems?
I'll do
Like,
both.
why don't you put him up against both the golems and Burning Godzilla?
Exactly
watch
what I was
him-
thinking. I'll put Godzilla at a little distance so that he can start shooting at him. Okay, the Golem army is taking on the faction members that he's pulled out of thin air, literally. Meanwhile, Burning Godzilla is standing over here, not exactly engaging yet because I apparently made him a little too far away. But sooner or later, the Blaze Titan should see him and attack. In fact, he seems to be moseying over this way. Oh yeah, if you're following me, Blaze Titan, please come over here because I have somebody else very toasty that would like to meet you, and I have a feeling you're hotter than he is.
Burning Godzilla is nowhere near as hot as he is.
I really hope this sound
He
isn't
burns-
yelling as loudly as
He
it
burns. He burns.
Might be.
He burns things a lot easier.
Okay. I'm gonna have to relocate him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one closer because he just wasn't engaging enough. So I'm gonna have to put this one over here, closer to the Blaze Titan. Yeah. Okay, now will you fight, please? I wanted to see a massive strike, not just before. Huh. This is weird. Usually Titans take down other giant creatures quickly. Right now the Blaze Titan is kind of just chilling with Burning Godzilla. Well,
maybe he's targeting something else and he can't see it. If he can't see something, but he won't fire his fireballs at it, he'll just constantly try to follow it.
I know he might be interested in the reinforced Iron Golem army down here, which is his army's also conflicting with. But when he runs out of them, he should be able to target Burning Godzilla.
Once he targets Burning Godzilla, if he does either a couple melee attacks or just one fireball barrage, he'll just kill him. He'll just kill him instantly.
Okay, various things are trying to attack here. Now, if I were to tick off one of his faction members, would that get his attention?
Not yet. It doesn't.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking if that feature was here, that I'd be able to redirect their attention and then fly behind Burning Godzilla and watch him just totally waste them. But right now, he's just not feeling it. It's just like he's going, I'm feeling okay. I mean, he's kind of a friend of mine. We both really like fire. Atomic fire, for that matter. So, we're just gonna hang out. I totally did not expect this to happen. Really. Usually my experience with Titans has been they automatically attack anything else big and just obliterate them. Okay. Now they might be ticked off enough to come this way. I think he's just... Okay. That hit. That hit Burning Godzilla. I think he may have been just targeting reinforced Iron Golems, but he did hit him. Burning Godzilla just regenerated it like crazy.
He's Burning Godzilla.
Yeah, he has absurd regeneration. Maybe I can distract him by getting his attention on reinforced Iron Golems near Burning Godzilla. That might get their attention more. Okay, over here. You have an army to defeat over here. Please, fire this way. I'm just trying to get right in between the paths here. Okay, something hit really hard because he was just sent flying. Huh. These two are more like a buddy comedy or something. I mean, seriously, they're not quite the odd couple, but there's something about this that they're just not really engaging here. Oh well, I can get rid of Burning Godzilla and just face the Blaze Titan myself, because this is working out. So, sorry. Never mind. It was a good idea. Finding opponents for Titans is apparently very tricky. So I'll need to clear out a few of these guys. And the thing about reinforced Iron Golems is they don't count as minions for the clear minions command. So whenever I try to reset the numbers here, it's not going to work with them. So I need to clear them out myself. So I'll just swipe them a few times with this awesome sword, and whenever they're mostly out of the way, I'll do things. Although that one's distracted that way, these are distracted this way. Okay, let me see here. Clear minions. Well, minions destroyed. Okay, now I should be the only thing that has their attention, as well as the remaining reinforced Iron Golems, which I think they just sent out of my way. Okay, I think I'm ready to engage the Blaze Titan. As you've said, he has various attacks that are mostly toasty.
He has his mainly he has his fireball move, but lately he also got the ability to shoot lightning, which is the weapon of the
Titans. Yeah, he's definitely been engaging that. That's the usual technique.
He sometimes uses it in conjunction with his fireballs, and when he uses his lightning attack, oh, watch out for the knockback.
Where did he go?
He sent reeling to the other end of the earth.
This flashing is really getting annoying, so I think I'm going to actually engage him a little faster just to get the flashing out. Although he has descended, that might help. Now, the usual way of taking him on is to use Arcadium, but I might fly up and attack him because I do have an absence.
He can fly higher. He can fly upwards faster than you can, so you might want to use a bow. I've tried chasing after myself, actually, and he killed me more than once.
Okay, and that's the mod creator himself getting slaughtered by his own mobs, but I think he kind of intended that. Okay. Now,
yeah, the
his
Blaze
hitbox is
Titan
only at his
flies
head.
up too fast. It's only his head. It's not the crotch area. It's not some invisible
Yeah, you managed
hitbox like
you managed to make it where that was custom. Oh, I hit him in the head a couple times. I think I'm actually flying around, and I've hit him around in the head a few times. Now remember, he has a lot of HP, so this... Whoa, did I go flying again? How? You know, you talked about him going up high, but I think the real thing here is me going up high. You know, I'm doing air shots. Whoa, okay, now I'm down. Oh, he no-clipped, and he
can no-clip.
Yeah, he went below the bedrock for a moment, and now I'm shooting him here. Me getting all that extra health was partially in preparation for this fight, because you'll need a lot of it. Like, the fact I've got several thousand HP, it means that I can kind of ignore his army right now and concentrate on shooting him. But that's only partial. Right now, he definitely still has a ton of health. So, as I'm engaging here, remember that there's a lot of other things around me, and apparently everything is frozen temporarily. Nope, it's back to normal. Maybe? Okay, I think I've got everything, frozen. But he's still regenerating.
This guy will freeze your game with his fireballs. Be sure to have a good computer.
But still sometimes...
In fact, general advice, be sure to have a good computer when fighting any of the Titans.
I do have a good computer, but it still has its limits.
If you don't, your computer will die with you.
Yeah, I think I hit max RAM again, or something. Well, let me check real quick. No. It's nowhere near. Why does that happen? If this is nowhere near the end of my RAM capacity, and at least what I got allocated right now anyhow, not really my full capacity, then why does it do this sometimes where everything just kind of freezes in place? I don't know. I could be back and re-engage him, although he's already back up to full health, because apparently he will actually regenerate even while paused. Did you even realize that'll happen?
That will be fixed in the the game-breaking bug fix version. Because at the moment there's a game-breaking bug where a certain lower-ranking Titan will turn into Witherzilla.
Yeah, that's something that hopefully will be fixed by the time I actually engage him in a couple more rounds of Titans. So yeah, I think I'm gonna log out and cut this, log back in, and try to fight him again before he does this again. Okay, I came out in the middle of a forest. I knew this would happen. I knew he'd be burning down a forest.
Of course he'd be burning down a forest. He hates trees.
In case you don't know what that's about, we just had to do a thing where he's gonna try to get into the overworld because the Nether was too laggy. So I figured that he'd wind up burning down a forest, and I was right. I just came out of the gate, and look, here's a forest. It's like, it had to happen. It was destiny. Meanwhile, it's trying to precipitate, and I obviously can't have that on top of him.
And he's burning it down.
Yeah, he will be in a moment. So, yeah. Ding. Okay, changing to clear weather. Because there's no way at all that whenever I start doing this that he's not going to, like, burn down everything. We're having some debates as to whether or not this is even possible, but I'd like to try to defeat him in the overworld. I'd like to try. So, hence, I'm back. Okay, it says my game mode is in fact updated. Wow, the jump boost on this armor really helps with this. Okay, I need to climb this mountain. Okay, can I readjust my bubble? Okay, come on. Let's do this. Because I need to fly. Like, seriously, whenever you fight this guy, find some modded way to fly. Because he is gonna be a sky battle.
You can fight him the way that he's going to.
Yeah, well, right now I am mainly firing Arcadium arrows at his head, but I'm still flying just to be able to have decent positions to fight from. Okay, he just shot me with a lot of shots. And you know what's weird? Apparently, I was slightly wrong about the absence hoe being limited to just when you die. Apparently, it's not saved with the world at all because my stats have reset. So I would have to use the absence hoe again to be able to do anything. Uh-oh. He's done it again, and it's not... Okay, we shook out of it this time. We shook out of it this time. For a while, I thought there'd...
Blaze Titan, you bad boy.
Yeah, he keeps trying to pause everything, and it's some of our issues.
Stop it. He's a reviewer.
Yeah, I'm trying to review this so that people will know how the Blaze Titan fight kind of goes. Wow. I totally lose track of this guy so fast because he knocks you everywhere. What's really weird is you keep saying they have a really high rendering priority, but for some odd reason he keeps going basically invisible. Has there been a
That's a Minecraft bug in general. It happens with skeletons too for some reason.
Huh.
And it also happens with most mobs, in fact, every now and then. Sometimes they just turn invisible or they become invincible.
Yeah,
either one.
Usually I've seen that more with players. Let me do a little something to help try to get around this problem just a little. I'm going to turn off my particles. That should help a bit. Not entirely. Wow. I know I don't have infernal mobs on, but he's acting as if he was an infernal with the blast off ability because he keeps sending me skyward. And hey, look, there's a blaze zealot. Right now I'm not even flying per se. I'm just being shot high enough to fly. Oh, I ran. I shot downward blindly, and I hit one of his. I think I took out a
minion?
priest of maybe a zealot, but it was definitely one of his minions, and and it was definitely one with a robe. So I was shooting blindly, and instead of hitting him, I hit one of his minions. Okay, so you got to know how to do air shots when it comes to Titans, because they will hit you up into the air so often that there is like literally no other choice. Oh, almost got that zealot. Come on, air shot. Come, let me hit him. Got him. Okay. This has been an amazing battle, even if I don't win, because I've been doing so many like air combos. It's just hilarious. I've been mostly using the bow because I can't get close enough to his face to use that area sweep. And that's the other way I think I can possibly hurt him, because normally speaking, the way his hitbox is makes it very difficult to melee him. So you kind of have to mostly do ranged attacks. But if you can get something that has at least some kind of extra reach and still has sufficient attack power, you might just be able to kind of melee him. Because some melee attacks are technically area attacks, and that might be able to help. Maybe. So far, it's not been practical. I'll put it that way. I've tried. I'm trying to approach.
One of the players just quit, and everybody's swearing about it.
Oh yeah, he might be playing on Mindplex, or he might be doing another game that he's been doing. So since he's gotten pretty good at both, he might be sweeping them, and they might be a little salty about it. Okay, now I just got air comboed by him with lightning. So far, trying to reorientate and shoot blindly downwards has oddly enough been fairly effective. Although I haven't scanned him for a while to see what his health is currently at.
Are you able to see his boss bar?
Yes, I have been able to see his boss bar. Well, the work in progress version that kind of looks like bone text. So it has been full. This version hasn't not been fully customized yet. You know, this is oddly effective.
No, that's just a glitch.
Okay, so that's a bug. Will wind up being more fully rendered in the future whenever
It's a
that
glitch.
is undone.
It's a glitch with with Minecraft in general. It sometimes happens even in vanilla Minecraft if you have a broken texture pack.
Ah, okay, so it's just not registering the texture.
But how close are you to taking him down if you're even trying?
Oh, I'm trying. I'm raining arrows on his head. Right. Oddly enough, his minions haven't factored in at this height because he keeps juggling me above him, and I keep shooting downwards at his head. So this has been a very interesting cycle. I don't know how much health he currently has, but I keep hearing that I'm hitting him. Arcadian Bow has been such a strong contender here. And the thing is, I'm not even sure if my flight has factored in, because as much as he's been hitting me into the air, oddly enough, getting up to his head to be able to do it in this way might have been able to work even if I couldn't have flown the irregular way. Cause
it might not factor in very much.
Yeah, weirdly enough. So even though I stated previously you really got to have some modded way to fly, I rescind that statement. I officially rescind that statement because he's been making me fly more than enough.
Yeah, it's totally the opposite. It is totally the opposite.
He makes
you need to fly. You need to fly.
Yeah, you need to fly, but he'll make you fly. He will kind of assist you in that regard. So, yeah. What's weird is he keeps shooting me upwards, and that's about the time I'd normally be able to see his health with the damage indicator, so I have no idea how close I am to actually defeating him. But I am streaming shots at him with the Arcadian Bow, and I know I've got power 5 on this thing.
Power 5 will increase the damage dramatically.
Yeah, so I am hitting him as hard as this thing can go. And, oh, interesting question.
In fact, it increases the damage more than power does with a regular bow. Like, I believe it does it by tenfold.
Oh, wow. So I've got to be doing some serious damage, or at least at his limit. And I've got a good rhythm going here. Like, as soon as it's ready, I fire. Now, this can be modified by a mod that you may wind up seeing in the future. Battle Gear 2 has certain things that aren't shown as much in it as you'd expect, because a lot of people think of it mainly about the dual wielding. But it also has custom weapons and special enchants, including some that are actually meant for bows. One of them is bow drawn back, and bow drawn back allows you to fire bows really fast. So if that's compatible for this bow, depending on how you got its bow mechanics working, then I would be able to fire even faster.
It's a bow.
Yeah.
It extends from bow. If something registers for a bow, it'll affect the Arcadian Bow because it's a bow.
Okay, so that would work. So later on, that will be an interesting thing to try out. I haven't got Battle Gear 2 in this middle of mini pack we've been using to do the demonstrations because we've been trying to keep it minimal, partially to keep down lag as much as possible because, you know, the more mods you have, the more it tries to figure things. Also, some mods are laggier than others and are thoroughly unnecessary for just showing how Titans work. Like, for example, would we need Chisel? No. And that mod is laggy. Would we need some other decorative things? No, we're showing off Titans. What do we need decorations for? They're going to destroy all decorations anyhow. I mean, why bring decorative stuff into your world when you know it's just going to get stomped? You know? It's just the way it is. Now, I can certainly say one thing you'll definitely need, even if you don't need a modded way to fly, you'll need something to negate fall damage. Think of how long I've been up here. Every time that you gain height, you stockpile possible damage for later. That's how it works. Is keep stockpiling damage. So, if I didn't have something on me right now that negates fall damage, which I do, then whenever I finally land from this, think about this. The whole time I've been fighting them, I've been gathering fall damage. Even with the high level absorption that the Arcadium armor provides, whenever I get down there, I would theoretically take a ton of fall damage. Just an absolute amount that would probably be so high that even with the Arcadium armor, I would die instantly. Now, this obviously would not apply to other things that I haven't been hearing them for a while, but I know I've been directly overhead, so I think I may have got them. But we're both so far up that I still can't see the ground. So I think we've been. What is my Y coordinate? Holy moly! Wait, that shouldn't be right. Okay. I'm going down now. I am descending, but dang, we were past the usual build limit together. I still see his boss bar. Okay, he is still below me. We just had a moment of extreme uh, uh, levitation. Oh, he finally starts attacking again. For a while, I was perfectly aligned with his. I have no idea how close he is to defeat, but right now, we've had a few moments in this guy together. I think he decided he wanted to vacation on the ground. He decided mid-combat with me, he wants to just take a vacation on the ground, where it's where he hasn't burned everything yet. Because we're at the forest. I don't remember whether or not I actually have mob briefing on, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to. Oh, I almost dodged them all. That would have been cool if I would have went through that narrow corridor where I would have had it perfectly. You know, this is an interesting opportunity, because if I can get close enough to him now, emphasis on if, then I might be able to see how much health he has left. And I have still been streaming shots at him for quite some time. Maybe a slight break a little while ago, whenever he finally threw off our pattern that we'd been dancing with. How much does he regenerate every second or tick anyhow? You. How much does he regenerate? Because he's definitely going at it pretty quickly. I don't know. I may have lost Enderman back there.
I'm able to hear right now. I'm just in the midst of a big conversation with the people that I'm playing with.
Okay, so it's going a bit both ways. But yeah, how fast does the Blaze Titan regenerate?
He has high levels. He has high regeneration.
But how fast is it?
In other words, fast. He regenerates. He does the regeneration once every quarter tick. It's really fast.
That seems like it wouldn't even be able to work. Being a quarter of a tick. I mean, it could be very high every tick, but I'm wondering how you do it at a quarter of a tick. Luckily, he has a pretty big hitbox, so I've still been hitting him pretty often here. I'm just trying to get close enough to see his actual damage indicators amount. Because I'm curious, can I actually beat him before I have to finally head off? Every time I hit him, though, he does get the aggro back on me. This is definitely a ranged combat situation.
Well, it certainly is. You need a bow. You definitely need a bow.
Yeah, and I'm definitely holding that on him. But I'm just saying, I keep trying to close distance, but it's not working. And again, sometimes flight means you take extra momentum damage or extra knockback because you're in the air. If only I had homing arrows. It would make this even better. But I don't know if there's an enchantment for that in some mod or something. That would be cool. Oh gosh. This may or may not be possible for me to do in any appreciable time. I don't know, because I can't get close enough to him. I can't get close enough to him to figure out how much he has left. So I've still been shooting and hitting him a lot, but I have no idea how close I am. At least I'm good at arcing my shots, mostly. But again, he's so far away that even that's a little tricky. Oh, still got him. And I'm in a forest, so if I'm pretty sure now that I don't have mob briefing on, because otherwise this forest would be toast and I'd be having so much more lag right now. Of course, they have been forming fires. It's just I don't know if it's a spread. Of course, right now he's hitting me with different fireballs into the air, so he's not actually hitting the ground and therefore not the trees. So it's been a bit different. No, epic fights may involve being part of the landscape.
No. How close is he to death, or is he close to death at all?
Well, that's the thing, is as I keep saying...
You can't tell?
Well, the thing is, he's so far away that I can't really lock the damage indicators on him, I believe. Let me try. Oh, nope, I can't get close enough right now. Okay, please, damage indicator. How close do you have to be for that mod? Because it used to be where you could do it at extreme range. But they may have, negated that after a while to get past, I don't know, something. I mean, I don't think that would really cause lag, do you? So why would they take off that feature? Because that was cool. Like, as long as you had line of sight, you could see how much health they had.
Well, be sure to remember that he has his minions too.
Yeah. So far, they haven't been factoring into my shots hitting him though, because his minions have regular aggro distance, and he doesn't. So, therefore, it's different. Right now, I'm so far away, it really is just me and him having an extreme range competition. And if this winds up being too long, I'll probably just do the ending segment and just think, oh, by the way, if you haven't seen me actually defeat the Blaze Titan, it's because it took way too long. So maybe in the future I might show that again. Now the interesting thing is his shots can sometimes negate my shots. So as he does fireballs towards me. Wait a moment. I think I got him. I think I got him.
If he's spitting, then you got him.
Well, he's doing. Remember that thing that we sometimes see where it does like it looks like it has a like streaming damage per tick. Well, that's happening. I'm seeing that on the. Scope. Also, he's not glowing red whenever I hit him anymore. So I think he's going through a death sequence and it's just taking a while. At least I think so. Oh no. No, that's not what happened at all. I just realized what he did. I think he just regenerated himself more.
Wait, he regenerated himself? Oh, so they finally get to see this. This is a relatively uncommon ability that Titans sometimes use if they're really low on health. And this guy used it. And it's basically a middle finger to you in your effort.
Yeah, he just got back all of his health, and he's also now got more attack power. I don't think he gained more health overall, though. I think he just gained attack power, but it's like a heavy boost.
You just simple.
So we can kind of call this a bit of an interesting standoff, because if I can't take him down fast enough to negate the chance of him doing that, then he'll always do that.
Use the Ultima Blade.
True. I can go Ultima Blade. If I can get close. So that's the thing, is he's been ranging.
I find it difficult to get close enough.
Yeah, and you're the mod creator. You know the tactics you're supposed to use. This guy has just been insane this way. the whole time. Okay, okay, I dodged that wave. I'm gonna try to... Okay, I'm gonna at least get myself the... Oh wait, I'm not actually in creative. That's kind of funny. I've actually been fighting him in survival this way the whole time. So I kind of forgot that I needed to actually be in creative to get the ultimate blade. But this shows how extreme this guy is even in well, I don't know. I think I'll be in survival but have the ultimate blade. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak up to him because I know he's in this area. I'm going to move really fast. And I'm going to sneak up and swing. There we go. Okay, in case you just got in, the fight was taking a long time, so I switched the ultimate blade. And even then, I had to seriously sneak attack him by sneaking through the forest at turbo speed. Because anything in the air, which is normally how the fight will go, is going to be really, really difficult. Because I kept getting ranged by him so much. Time to exact my vengeance, mortal.
He just taunted you with that?
Yeah, that was his taunt. Things are everywhere. Like, lots of things. I think he got his entire faction out to try to take revenge. I wound up in a hole, and I have to tell you how. I really hope this sound isn't...
There's no lagging right now, by the way.
Kind of. It's slowed down, but I wouldn't call it normal lag. This is what the ultimate blade does whenever it gives you tremendous items. Because that's now more the thing that it does, rather than try to destroy them. Which was like a debugging feature for a while. So I'm just clearing out this faction before they somehow rejuvenate more than before. I still have him on my screen, or at least I think so. Oh, maybe it's that ghosting thing that they do sometimes when they die. Because he might be ghosting. Folks, if you hadn't seen it happen before, sometimes Titans will kind of make a ghost image, whether they're living or dead, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it before. I'm pretty sure I've encountered more than a few around here. And that makes it where sometimes they get like a multi-image thing happening. And they can do it when they're dying too. And yeah, so he might be ghosting in the image, and he might actually be gone. So but at the same time, he did kind of do an attack run that hit me for, I don't know, pretty heavy armor damage. Sometimes their spirit will attack you immediately after they've been defeated. they will seek their revenge immediately, going, okay, goodbye. Wow, this is super laggy because they are in fact burning down the forest. Well, this proves that I had mob griefing on. This is what happens when you have mob griefing on. So apparently him shooting me in the air just I was protecting the forest, but now that yeah, I'm gonna have to clear minions. But now that his faction's here doing this. Okay. Gunk sweeper. Sweep for me. Please, code, work. Humongous lag from too many things. Wow. I said clear minions. Hoping it still works. Whoa, those weren't cleared? Is there something with the Blaze minions that's currently having a problem?
Maybe. They...
Come on, clear minions. Huh. I'm trying to stop the lag, but maybe I can just end it here despite the lag. I mean, even the normally animated fire isn't looking so animated right now, so that's kind of a bad sign. And am I flying? Oh yeah, that's right. High jump. This is a jump in slow motion, folks. No matter where you are, whether you try doing it in the overworld or try doing it in the nether, the Blaze Titan will be incredibly laggy. I usually don't care about my fraps, but right now I've kind of got to see
Your fraps?
it frames per second. They otherwise call it your fraps. Okay, I was getting like 2 to 0, and it went back up to 3. So yeah, I'm getting such lag that I just, even though I'm in the middle of lag, I think I gotta end it here. So this is Glitch Reaper, and I'm still.
So by the way, so before we sign out,
Well,
just
I'd also
to
like to
know, by
say
the
I've
way-
officially found one of the laggiest Titans.
nah, this guy's nothing compared to Witherzilla.
Oh my gosh. Of course, maybe I shouldn't have used the Ultimate Blade on his minions because of the Extreme Fortune.
And yeah, the Extreme Fortune, the Ultimate Blade has come with that.
And
And,
tried using
so
clear
to
minions, but it
note,
hasn't swung. It hasn't
Now with all
gotten rid of
Titans, he's stating a difficulty scale, and with the Blaze Titan, he is definitely a 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
He's 9 out of 10 at minimum, because this guy he just shoots fireballs all over you. And he has minions galore. His minions poop fireballs on you. It's fireball pooping all over the place.
Yeah, and he will, if there's any environment that can be burned, it will be burned. So right now, I'm trying to run away from the lag. This is literally me trying, apparently in vain, to get around the tremendous amount of noise that I've generated. So I was just trying to clear the minions out with the Ultimate Blade. Even in survival, that might be a good time to use clear minions. It's because, yeah, because if you're trying to sweep them out, they're going to have a lot of items, and the Ultimate Blade will make it worse. So please don't make my mistake. That was...
Yeah, this guy is destructive as hell too. Both literally and figuratively.
Yeah, the fires of hell itself is currently here, and I don't say that lightly or often.
This guy is still, however, not as destructive as some Titans that are coming up.
Well, in terms of being against the player, would you say that he's the most destructive on the environment?
He's very destructive against the environment.
So, yeah, well, there might be one more upcoming that would be very destructive on the environment. Oh gosh, I don't even know what's happening here. The lag is making it where I'm not sure if I'm just floating around or what. Because I'm everywhere. Wait, what am I worried about? With this armor, I know for a fact I can run... No, wrong armor. This isn't the one that lets me run on water. I'm wearing Absence now. I'm not wearing the other one. Yeah. Anyhow, before we head off, what was he supposed to have normally dropped there?
Blaze Titan drops in an enormous number of blaze rods and blaze powder, along with the generic 128 to 256 coal and 128 to 256 gold ingots, as well as fire, lots of it. He drops lots of fire, plenty of it. In fact, he'll drop enough fire for you to make like 16 sets of chainmail if you didn't know that that's the recipe.
Yeah, that's actually a weird vanilla thing. You use fire itself to make chainmail, but you don't normally get fire. And I can't even
in
equip
future
different
versions,
armor
of
right
course,
now.
in versions in 1.8 and beyond, there is fire. It has its ID removed, and thus you are no longer able to obtain it as an item. Sadly enough.
Yeah, so that'll only be in 1.7.10 versions of this mod. And, you know, other
Yeah.
mods that let you get fire.
And before.
It's so laggy right now, I can't even change armor to attempt to get away from this, so I think this world is officially over.
This world is dead. You know, the world will die a lot more often the further in the Titans mod we get. We are diving through the rabbit hole right now, and there is no return from this.
Yeah, now, again, other than blaze rods, fire, generic coal, what's the Arcadium and Bedrock outlook?
Arcadium and Bedrock outlook? Ooh,
Yeah.
they can take care. They can. What you will need, you will definitely need the bow. That's the thing you need. Don't use melee
No, I don't mean
against the
that. I
blaze.
don't mean combat towards him. I mean like how much he drops. How much
Oh,
Arcadium or Bedrock does he drop?
being a Nether Titan, this guy can drop up to 2 bedrock.
And as for Arcadium,
He'll drop 0 to 16 Arcadium. He'll also drop plenty of diamonds and emeralds, like normal.
it's a pretty
This
good
guy
amount of Arcadium.
Although you're better off fighting the pigman. The pigman is less destructive,
Yeah, but probably harder to actually
and he
get rid
doesn't
of
burn.
because
And he might
is
not.
harder
And he
to
probably.
stop.
And he might not burn his drops as much.
True, true. That's a big deal because you'll have a big fire around you whenever you're fighting the Blaze Titan, so you might lose your stuff. So yeah, be like me and have an item magnet of some sort, although right now that's kind of backfiring because every item that has happened due to this tremendous amount of looting is going towards me. So yeah, probably should have switched to the Absence Hoe to clear out his army. Too much looting. But anyhow, the next Titan would be the Wither Skeleton Titan, right?
Yes, and this marks the end of the average Titans. Just like how we had to sadly leave the lesser Titans with the Spider Titan being the most powerful one, we are now leaving the average Titans with the Blaze Titan being the most powerful one, and we are now heading into much more dangerous territory, people. This is in the next video we will be entering the realm of the Greater Titans, so powerful that they can kill you with their look.
Yeah, some of them can actually do that. And remember, this was technically one of the average Titans, and this is officially the end of this world. I stretched out a few more Titans past where I thought it was going to end. Admittedly, I was able to hold on a bit longer, but in the end, there's just no stopping the Titans from obliterating your world. In this case, it was more the side effect of the tremendous amount of loot. Although, to be perfectly fair, I'm not entirely sure if just looting on the sword alone is responsible for this amount, because they just drop so much stuff. So, I don't know. If I would have killed this faction just normally, would it probably be that if I cleared them out physically with a sword, that I probably still would have had this much lag? Because right now I'm kind of wondering. Oh well, he might be concentrating on the other thing right now. But anyhow, this is a Glitch Reaper, and I'll be logging off for now, because apparently that's the only thing I can do. I hope to hear from you all later. So, from both me and Enderman of Doom, bye for now.